Hello everyone, my name is Wolfclock and welcome to Betafied, the show where we take a look at the unused and cut content of a game and try to figure out what it was used for, and why it got removed. This episode is going to be rather on the small side because I've been working on some much larger projects as recent. As I stated in the previous episode, I try to be as accurate as I can when it comes to making these videos. So, in the face of new information, I believe it's only reasonable to give addendums, which, with an episode as long as episode 3 was, there were sure to be. This episode is going to serve as a what we missed sort of a video for episode 3. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? In episode 3, I deduced that the reason for the removal of the big plant was probably because its size would cause trouble in terms of navigation throughout the forest. Well, as it turns out, this plant enemy was originally going to be a sort of mini-boss that would appear within the giant broken timepiece that is seen in the outskirts of the forest. Judging by its animations again, the fight was most likely rather lackluster, and Hatkid would probably just jump on it and damage it until it inevitably died and the timepiece dropped. So, again, it's rather easy to see why the enemy was cut, albeit for different reasons than why I'd originally thought. Got a question for you. You remember the Snatcher badge from the beta? You don't? Oh. Well, basically, you'd pop a portal down somewhere, pop another one somewhere else, and bam! You'd go from one to the other. Sounds easy, right? Well, apparently, according to Haboy, these portals were at one point going to be used as a sort of express system to get from one place to another throughout the forest. Here's a video recreation of how this would have worked. Note that the voice lines weren't actually present. The creator of this recreation just thought it would be a nice addition. In addition to these teleports, or maybe in conjunction with them, I don't know, according to, yet again, probably for the 50-somethingth time, Haboy, he had stated during his dev commentary that the Subcon forest was going to have a map in order to help players navigate the sizable forest.
The other thing that you guys have never heard of, I don't think, is that this place had a map system at one point. I believe it was fixed points, so you would have like a board here or something, and then you would interact with it and it would bring up a map, and then it would show off like key areas and stuff. I don't know what the reasoning was behind it. I guess Jonas was concerned that people would get lost easily or something like that, but that's why this tree exists, because this tree is a central point and it is tall enough to hopefully get your bearings in general, right? So if you go way off, then you should be able to see it. So
as he also stated, the tree exists as a central point to help players get their bearings, and we can actually see in old screenshots that this tree was initially a large blue mushroom. In terms of game design, in my own opinion, this was kind of silly, because one of the golden rules of game design is that players never look up unless they're prompted to do so. But it did make a fun obstacle course tower in the final game, so I'm not going to diss it for what it is. Well, that about wraps up all the info I can publish concerning Subcon. I am never touching that chapter again. Goodness gracious. Anyway, sorry for the short video, but this was supposed to be just a little bit of an addendum to episode 3, albeit a couple of months late. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to tune in for the next episode when we take a deep dive into the Mafia Town's history.